Coming to you live from Gator's Sports Pub in Woodbine, Calgary, it's the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update. Here's your host, Chris Rudd.
Hello everybody, welcome to the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update. I'm your host, Chris Rudd, with my man Andrew, and our wonderful special guest today, Tia, the winner of TAZ Entertainment's Big Star.
Hi everybody.
Hey Tia, how's it going? So how does it feel to win the Big Star competition?
It feels absolutely incredible. It was such a wonderful experience.
So I know you've been singing karaoke for a long time. What's the difference with winning the Big Star and performing in the Big Star?
Well, like karaoke, usually you just get like a little corner of a bar, a tiny little stage. Whereas performing, you're, usually in front of more people, bigger stage. Like it's a different level to the experience. And performing at the big marquee, on that big stage that the marquee has, was just such an incredible experience going to that next level with karaoke. And I mean, it's been so much fun to tell everybody about and share, the experience that I had.
I know, I performed on that stage myself. Didn't win myself for a reason we won't get into today, but I love rocking out. Like, one of my favorite songs to sing is Enter Sandman by Metallica, and being on that stage with the lights, the sound, just the presence, you felt like a rock star. I don't know about you, Andrew, how you felt, because I know you also performed there.
That's right. It was an incredible experience. The sound was amazing, and being on that big, huge stage like that really did feel like a concert. It felt like you've got the stage, you've got your band behind you. We didn't have a live band, of course. It was karaoke tracks, but you felt you were owning that stage and you're just pouring your soul out to that audience. It was an incredible feeling, really.
So can you tell me a little bit about, was it just, was there judges that picked the winner, or how did it work for you to win this contest?
The way that they ran it, every Wednesday night we would come down and they had 3 categories that we would vote for. So there was big fun, there was big wow, and there was big props. And at the end of the night, everybody that was there in attendance would vote for who they thought won each category. So I won the big props category, and that was what got me into the finals. And then the final night, everybody performed for each of their individual categories. They put all the big props people up against each other, and I won out for my category and got to go to the finals.
She beat me in that one too, actually.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
And then there was a guy named Pickle who won in his category for borrowing my outfit. So he was in a little mini skirt that I had worn to get into his, and then I actually beat him out in the finals. I couldn't believe that I managed to step ahead of his performance.
So him borrowing your outfit got him into the finals, and then you smacked him in the finals to win.
Yep, exactly.
Good job, good on you.
That's poetic justice, right?
Way to set him up and knock him down.
And now we're good friends, so
Right
got the best of the situation.
Absolutely.
So as you know, though, this is a sports show. We talk about sports, so are you a sports fan?
A little bit. I mean, I'm Canadian. I've got to love hockey.
Who's your team?
Calgary Flames, always. And
Good answer.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, as a Canadian, I can understand, you gotta love Sidney Crosby. He's done some great things for the country playing this game. And Pittsburgh's a good team, although not as good as they've been in previous years.
This year, yeah.
Not as good as the Flames this year.
No, absolutely. The Flames are tearing it up. Which brings us to our first thing we actually wanted to talk about. Is the Calgary Flames still number 1 in the West? Only 5 points out of number 1 in the entire NHL. They've been on a tear the last little while. Andrew, how have they been doing so far in the last 12 games or so?
They've won 10 out of the last 12 games.
Wow.
They're on an absolute tear. If they continue like this, knock on wood, they're going to be unstoppable.
Well, speaking of it, continuing like the way they are, the Toronto Sun yesterday actually posted, is Calgary Flames Canada's... How well you can see this. This was the cover of Sun Sport. They are saying Calgary, not the Maple Leafs. Thank God they're finally getting smart. Chime in however you guys would like. Do you agree with the Toronto Sun and us that Calgary is Canada's team and our best chance to bring the cup home back where it belongs, to Canada?
I agree, and you know what? I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Go Flames, go.
Woo!
It's been an interesting week as well in the world of sports. one of our biggest rivals in the Canadian Football League, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, their head coach, who signed a contract extension a few days earlier, then bolted to the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. But the key thing to me about that whole situation is Craig Dickenson was named the new head coach of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. For me, I'm a little conflicted. I've known Craig for years from doing coaching clinics, ran into him at Grey Cup this year, had a good chat. As a diehard Stamps fan, I never want to see the Riders do well. But as a friend of Craig Dickenson, I hope you do okay. 500 season, no more, no less.
We wish him luck, but not too much luck.
Yes.
I think is a good way to put it.
Best on you. Congratulations. You've been coaching in the league for years and you deserve this. It's going to be interesting when you get to play your brother, who, just remember, he is the defending Grey Cup champion. And will it add to the rivalry against Saskatchewan? I don't know. As Calgarians, we hate Saskatchewan, so can you add to that?
Well, I think it will add a little bit of a personal rivalry. I know that growing up as kids, my brother and I, certainly were very competitive with sports and especially football. And, I always ended up, kicking his ass at it. If you're watching, Aaron, you can comment below and verify that or not.
Please verify.
Yeah.
Because Andrew tells a lot of stories and we don't know if they're true or not.
Well,
so some verification would be wonderful. Sorry.
I like the added sibling rivalry to it because I personally am a Calgary Stampeders fan, but my dad lives in Saskatchewan. My dad and my brothers are Roughriders fans.
Sorry for them.
A little bit of a family rivalry there too.
We've got our own family rivalry with it.
Nice.
So have you ever asked your dad why they put melons on their head?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I haven't.
Sorry. It's something I've always wondered with Rider fans. And hey, any of you Rider fans out there watching, please tell me why, because I can't fathom for the life of me why you'd want to put a frozen fruit on your head.
I think it's all the Pilsner. That's got to be it. Speaking though of our biggest rival for the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers. This is a huge story. They actually fired their GM on Tuesday. And they didn't wait until the end of the game. They didn't wait until the next morning. They fired him after the second period. This is unprecedented as far as I know.
I've never heard of this. The only thing I can think of is in Canada, hockey does rule, so the media focuses so much on hockey, and maybe they were just trying to get him out of the building without having to talk to the media as to why he's been such a horrible GM. And as a Calgary fan, I thought he's one of the greatest GMs in Edmonton Oilers history, because he's made that team a dumpster fire for as long as he's been there. GMs were lining up to call him for trades. Why? Because they knew they could fleece him.
Absolutely. They got he traded away Hart Trophy winner Taylor Hall for Adam Larson.
Yeah,
like Adam who?
Why didn't we make that trade? We could have sent him some prospect that doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's insane, but he'll be looking for another job, I guess. And I mean, based on his performance with the Oilers, I kind of doubt he's going to find one, at least as a GM of an NHL team. But we wish him the best. We wish he was still the GM of the Oilers for our purposes. But yeah, that was maybe not a surprise that they let him go. But after the second period, man, that's got to sting.
It's got to hurt, especially if your family was there watching the game with you.
Yeah. Get a tap on the shoulder and they clear you out of the GM box.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Very awkward. So now coming to the big event in sports. It's not this weekend, remember. It's next weekend, February 3rd, Super Bowl. Come on down here to Gators here in Woodbine. We're having a Super Bowl party. There will be trivia, prizes, happy hour all day, and a free bowl of chili. It's a Super Bowl party, as Andrew called it. What did you say this morning?
Well, for the chili, I'm sure it's going to be a superb bowl.
So yeah, come on down here to Gators, have a great time. I'm going to be down here. My man Tyler's also going to be down here with us, just enjoying the game between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. But we can get more into that in a little bit. I guess first, Andrew, who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm going to take the Rams, just for the simple fact that Tom Brady doesn't need another Super Bowl ring. He's got, 5 already?
Something like, yeah, 5.
Who needs a 6th Super Bowl ring? I mean, he's already, arguably, I'll give credit where credit is due. He's perhaps one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, maybe the best.
Joe Montana's the greatest.
But I would perhaps agree with that. But you know what? He's got it all. He's got fame. He's got fortune. He's got a really hot wife. He doesn't need a 6th Super Bowl ring. Well, is he going to have to use his other hand? He's got 5 already. He's going to have to use his other hand to wear them all.
I'd be in trouble, guys. But I'll go with my pick. I also agree. I'd like to see the LA Rams win, not only because I don't want to see Brady win another Super Bowl, but I'm a 49ers fan, so I got to cheer for the NFC West. Go Rams, beat up Brady. He's old. Him and Belichick can go by the wayside. Do you have a pick on this?
As much as he doesn't need another ring, he is absolutely amazing. Like, my vote's still on the Patriots. I think they're going to take it.
Time will tell. We will go into more detail about the Super Bowl next Saturday's show down here. But one thing I've always loved with the Super Bowl, because I just think it's kind of crazy, is the prop bets that pop out for Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a couple prop bets that we've thought about and we've seen online, and we're going to make our own predictions for the prop bet on their head coach's head. What color is the Gatorade going to be? Myself, I'm going to go with the old standard. Stick with the orange. It matches the tub of Gatorade. It's Gatorade's color. I like tradition.
You know what? I think that's a great pick. Just to pick something a little bit different, I think it's going to be blue.
Well, both teams do wear blue.
Absolutely. It would be fitting. They would be able to get it out of the uniforms a lot easier, and and just to be a little bit different on a bit of a tangent, and not trying to get on too many tangents, but the reason it's called Gatorade actually was originally formulated for the University of Florida football team, the Gators. And so they called it Gatorade as a bit of a play on lemonade. So there's some trivia there for you.
Never knew that.
I did know that, but great trivia for you there, Andrew. Do you have a pick on the Gatorade?
I think it's going to be purple, just simply because my son loves Gatorade purple.
That's a good reason to pick. There's multiple colors, and hey, normally I'd pick red because it's my favorite color, but as I said, I'll stick with the orange on this one.
Especially with LA, purple drank is very popular in Los Angeles, so that could be the case if the Rams win.
Very possible.
So our second prop bet is the national anthem. We've all seen in sporting events how some singers like to drag the national anthem along, some don't. How long will the national anthem be at this year's Super Bowl? The average is about 1:40 for the American national anthem. So I'll just go a little over that. Hey, let's go 1:52 seconds. Andrew?
Well, it's Gladys Knight who is going to be performing. Tremendous performer, very, very talented, but she does seem to draw out those notes.
She does.
And especially for a song like the U.S. national anthem, it is one where a lot of performers do tend to give it their own flavor, shall we say. I'm going to pick 2 minutes and 3 seconds for this one.
Interesting. Tia, do you have any idea?
I think she's going to drag it out even a little more than that. She's got that beautiful soul-y voice. Definitely see it extending a little more. So I'm going to go about 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Oh, cool. So you've heard it here. Those are our predictions for the anthem. Feel free to chime in on the comments on your predictions for these prop bets as well. I'd love to hear them. It adds to the fun. So we can look at this after, not next week's show, but the following show and be like, how close were we? Were we completely wrong, or were we out to lunch?
There's one more prop bet I wanted to bring up too.
This one's my favorite.
Maroon 5. Fantastic band. They're going to be playing the halftime show. Now, what would you say are the chances that we're going to, see a repeat of the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake performance and see a nipple?
I think the chances are actually pretty high because Adam Levine doesn't like wearing shirts a lot. The only time I think that I've seen him constantly wear a shirt is on The Voice. When you see him perform, he likes to take it off. So, hey, as Taylor Swift says, take it off. I guess it's shake it off, but take it off. What do you think?
I don't know if they're going to be fully clothed or not. Perhaps they want to avoid any kind of FCC fine for indecency or anything. But if you are looking to see some nipples during the halftime show, come watch the Super Bowl with me, because by halftime I'm probably going to be, 2.5 sheets to the wind, and I'm sure a nip is.
He's maybe 2.5 sheets to the wind already today.
It's only 11 a.m. I'm sure a nipple is going to pop out wherever I'm going to be. So
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
So that does bring us to the end of our 3 prop bets. If you have any more that you think would be interesting to cover, you can always let us know this week, and we've got a show before Super Bowl next Saturday down here at Gators in Woodbine, and we'll maybe cover them then as well. So last thing I really want to cover today is our upcoming Flames. Week due to the All-Star break. Tonight the All-Star competition goes on at 5 p.m. for those of you who are interested in it. It's a 3-on-3 tournament by divisions. Kind of fun hockey to watch, but it's still the All-Star game. And then the Flames get back at it for the second half of the season. This is when the playoff drive really starts. Friday night against the Washington Capitals. Remember, who are the defending Stanley Cup champions. And Alex Ovechkin's a great player. 5 p.m. Friday night. Come on down here to Gators. Watch the games. 35-cent wings all during the game when the Calgary Flames play. It's a great place to watch a game. Come join and cheer on our boys to victory again.
Absolutely. At least this way, somebody's going to win something and watch change.
Not go into politics. Maybe that's another show, another time.
Yeah.
But I hope you've enjoyed our little rambling and chat here today. I hope you guys all have a great week. Be sure to check out TAZentertainment.com for any events and karaoke shows you want to check out. Go to YouTube and check out the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update. Follow us, subscribe. We need you to subscribe. That's why we're doing this. We're doing this for you guys so that you can find out a little bit of about sports if you're not into it or if you are into it. Thanks again. I'm Chris. This is Andrew and our special guest, Tia. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.